Hello, YouTube. It's me, Plazookas, and this is a follow-up to the videos that I've been making about Tectone and about Pink Chew and the whole drama surrounding this. Well, wouldn't you know that this ties in with OTK Top Streamer? This ties in with all the people that Tectone is friends with, and this kind of just encapsulates the entire issue of why this kind of culture is bad. Now, listen, Zizix Prime. We've talked about Zizix Prime on this channel. Obviously, got taken out of the competition because Progressive finally said, you know what, this is too much. And Zizix Prime was warned, and Zizix Prime continued to have his behavior. I guess it was a little bit racial, and there wasn't enough room in the competition for someone like him. And so he was basically taken out of the competition, even though he technically won overall the Chapter 2 side of it. But as you can see here, if you look down his timeline, you can see Pink Chew cosplays, the person that we've also been talking about related to the drama between her and Tectone. Pink Chew was a former roommate of Tectone. She would know a lot about Tectone and his personal relationships. Not that I care about that, because I'll be honest with you, I really don't care about Tectone's personal life. But what I do care about is how his whole entire friendship orbit, his whole entire ecosystem works, because this is what I've been criticizing from day one. These are transactional friendships. They are toxic. They are not healthy. And they're only used to basically try to protect him. And this is the problem. So you have someone like and I don't know all the back and forth, and I haven't checked all the DMs to check what the actual back and forth between Pink Chew and Ziggs Prime is. But essentially, if you continue to write tweets about me, subtweets or regular tweets, I will sue you in court. This is your only warning. So this is basically Pink Chew either talking to Ziggs Prime or somebody else, and then them exchanging some DMs and stuff like that. And listen, because this is a public forum and potentially Pink Chew is trying to deal with this privately, and I'm giving her a lot of the benefit of doubt. I'm not denying that. Then this is a part of the process, right? And so you don't have to comply with someone like Pink Chew saying that. But then again, it is a warning. And if you proceed, just as well as if I were to do videos and Tectone were to talk to me or DM me, and they would make this message, I would have to think about that. I'd have to be like, okay, do I want to continue this, or do I want to take a step back in order to make the case weaker for defamation or slanderous talk, which I'm not worried about. Obviously, I never have been worried about. But at the same time, that's something you have to consider. And then Zizix Prime, this was before. This was obviously probably in relation to this tweet here, or this DM was probably in relation to, damn, this chick out here trying to collect the Infinity Stones. Jokes aside, I'm glad I said what I said needed to say. I prefer to talk to people face to face, but when you reach out multiple times and nothing, what you gonna do? And so here's the reality. Zizix Prime is friends with Tectone. We know that connection already exists. I don't know if there's prior relations between Zizix Prime and Pink Chew or what the deal is with that. Probably, potentially, they're all close, net. There's been many cases where Ziggs Prime has come over to the house, and I don't know if that was because of Pink Chew or because of Tectone initially. Regardless, it's Zizix Prime trying to get into this business, trying to probably tell her to go private, don't go public, just to be there for his friend. Which you could say, oh, that they're friends, that's what friends would do. Yeah, in some cases, that's what friends do, okay? But in this case, because of how transactional it's always been, it just seems very scummy to me, but it's par for course. Now, here's the other examples that I wanted to show. There's another person that's been blocked, apparently, and it's under this whole, tweet thing from Ziggs Prime from the reply thing. Apparently, some guy named Tim the Nice Guy, which I can't find a lot about him. Apparently, he's relatively new to the scene. Who knows? He might be a new friend of Tectone, might be an up-and-comer. Who knows who he actually is? But apparently, he was trying to say something to her or did something, and then that happened. But here's the chats here. This is how they reply to Pink Chew. And you got to understand, this is some basically transfer from Tectone's channel, because a lot of Ziggs Prime supporters are Tectone supporters, and this is how that ecosystem kind of plays itself out, okay? Essentially. It's I want to believe in Pink, but she's making it very difficult. Bitch want to censor everything and everybody. Take the money that Techie made you and censor yourself. That's the community that we're dealing with. That's the vindictive nature of this community. Okay? You can't just give somebody something and do it out of the kindness of your heart. You expect something in return. That's the community that we're dealing with. Vindictive, okay? Jealous people who don't think that people can stand on themselves, that because they got a platform for somebody else, that therefore all their money is owed to that person. Then we have, if only she kept that energy up to people that actually wronged her. She really turned on everyone. She can't really sue you and win. Defamation lawsuits are super hard to win. What even happened? What happened with Pink? Hate to say it, but she tried to sue anyone with more money than her. Might be raps. Can someone explain what's going on? Start yapping, get backlash for said yap and threat to sue. I don't know what's going on with the actual conversations between these two, or Tim, the other individual that I showcased here, or if they're actually talking behind the scenes with Pink Chew and Tectone. But here's what I do know: is I've been calling this out from day one. These relationships that Tectone has are not healthy. They never been healthy, and they're used for cover so that he can protect himself even further for potentially doing some, weird shit, as he even said. He's like, there's going to be some weird shit. He's already said that. He's admitted to it. He said there's nothing cancelable, that it's all above board, stuff like that, and that's fine. Like fetishes and freaky shit, totally normal, should be behind closed doors, shouldn't be public. But yet, unfortunately, because you are a public figure, you do make these choices to have these relationships, and that is, normal human behavior. They come with consequences. That is the reality. I don't make the rules up. It sucks that happens. People should have a little bit more common decency. I understand that. But if Pink Chew does feel wronged, if she does feel hurt because of how it ended, then she also has the choice to do what she's doing. Rightfully, wrongfully, morally, ethically, whatever you want to say. Criticizable, of course. But that's what we're dealing with right now. And who else is, on the back end trying to DM her, and then who she has to block? And she hasn't posted any videos in the last 10 days. And she hasn't tweeted anything new. Not that I would go to her tweets or Twitter to look at, because it's all just very, provocative stuff that I don't need to showcase here. But I've looked at it and see if there's any more context. There really isn't. So I don't know if they're talking behind or if she's being intimidated. But this is the ecosystem. This is not just specifically to Pink Chew. This is everybody that has a public profile. Dr. Disrespect. Why do you think the minor does not want to come out? Because this is a small example of what she would get if she ever did come out. She would get to talk that she's an S word. She would get this C word, a B word, a money grabber. All these words would be applied to her. And her, anonymous nature helps her a lot. She probably got some money as well. But either way, that helped her a lot by having to not have to deal with this. And why people in general do not want their names to be, out there if they ever do report, and why some people don't even report to begin with. This is the reality in the culture that we live in. So if Tectone's the better person, Tectone needs to say Zizix Prime, Tim, whatever the hell his name is, and anybody else trying to on his friendship, and I'm not saying that she's not, responsible, because Pink Chew, when she used to live with Tectone, she's the one that called out his ex-wife, and she's the one that did this as well. So they all play the game, but the game is toxic, and it's something that needs to change. And if Tectone is a good guy, like he says he is, he needs to make that known to everybody. But that's the update. My name is Plazuki. If you like this content, like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.